My channel. If you are new here, my name is Shayla. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can't tell by my shaky camera or the video description, I am going rogue with my camera. I don't have it hooked up to my mic or anything, so I apologize. If you can't hear me very well, I'm going to do my best here and try not to make y'all sick by moving the camera around too much. I have been taking a little bit of a hiatus, I guess just call it the summer weather, the summer feeling. But to be honest with you, I have had just a little bit of a creative rut. I know we all experience that at some point or another, us creatives, and it's just kind of, you know, getting back on the wagon when you fall off. So I'm here, I'm making a little bit of a different video today just to kind of dip my toes in the water and hopefully spur that creativity so I can get back to doing what I love to do. Well, today I thought I would show you guys my desk organization, specifically what's in my desk drawers to either side of me. It should be a fairly short video. I don't anticipate it being super long. I will make another video about what's on my desk. Here's just like a little preview here. You can see my lovely view. We have a pond across the street that's looking pretty mosquito-y or something. I don't know. I don't go over there. So I get that view, and sometimes it's a beautiful sunny day like it is today. So I hope you guys are enjoying this lovely day. I am filming this on a Monday, actually, the day before 4th of July. So, you know, for all of you Americans out there, happy 4th of July. Thank you so much to those who have served, you know, and given us our freedoms. That is always incredibly appreciated and something to reflect on. So yes, beautiful, beautiful day. It is nearing nighttime here. I know you can't see it, but I think it's like around 7 o'clock, but this is Texas for you. So it's still nice and sunny. But just quickly, I'll just kind of show y'all my desk area. Of course, you can see all of my cords and things I record with, a little behind the scenes here. And then, you know, got my utility tools. Of course, we'll dig into this in another video, but that's some things. But let's start with the drawers here. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot a little bit. You'll probably hear my chair hollering or squeaking anyways. So I have drawers. This is an IKEA desk. I do have drawers on either side. As you can tell, they don't come like this, the desks themselves. You typically buy like the tabletop, and then you buy these drawers separately. So I kind of hodgepodged this desk together, which it's pretty common. You'll see it on Pinterest a lot. But I just want to show you guys what's in my drawers. So, and kind of how I organize things. So my first drawer is going to be mostly sticky notes, page flags, things that I can, you know, write down a quick note or idea on. I do have kind of just some more general pens. These aren't ones I typically use in my planner. These are just, you know, these are pens that if something happened to them, I wouldn't miss them too terribly. I mean, I do have a lot of pens, let's be honest. So, and then I have my dry erase markers for my whiteboard, which I need to hang up. I still haven't hung it up since I've moved into my apartment. So that's another story. I'm really bad at hanging up art, so sorry. And then I also have my pencils, tons of pencils, pencil leads. I have some sharpeners. This one's actually cool. My husband had gotten this for me at a store in downtown Austin. So this one's a little bit special to me. So keep that guy around. These are just erasers. So, I mean, I just have, these are like pencil topper erasers. I have artist erasers, regular erasers, you name it, I probably have it. I have some more page flags over here. And then these are from a store called Hastings, which I think is completely out of business now. So this is kind of like a relic. But it came like this, and it just looks like packaged meat. So I had to keep it in there. That's more novelty. See, things you don't need right there. But I can't get rid of it. I don't know. And then, yes, page flags. This actually is a artist kind of like cleaning pad. I think what it has is like cornstarch in it or something. Oh, I didn't know it cleans all that. Well, hey, that's cool. Yeah, soft grit-free powder. So basically when you're like, you know, coloring with charcoal or something, you know how sometimes it can leave like a residue. This kind of like sweeps it up. So got that back there. And actually back here, I don't know if you can see, there's this, I guess, container back there. And that's actually, I won't take this out. It's just where I keep my graphite and my charcoals. So that's kind of just lives back there. I don't work with charcoal too often, but sometimes I get that itch, you know, to play with some charcoal and get my hands dirty. So, so there's that. Okay, drawer number 1 done. Drawer number 2. So drawer number 2 definitely gets frequently dug into. So back here I do have my binder clips. We're all familiar with these. I have like my, what are these called? Art clips, I guess. I think these are also like a binder clip of some sort. Probably not. They look different, but these are more for holding like your paper if you're like an artist on your easel or something like that. So I have a few of those. And these drawers are pretty deep. I mean, that goes all the way back there. So if you're thinking about this, I highly recommend it. It's worked well for me. These, if you can't tell, are clothespins, both decorated and undecorated. Sometimes these are just nice to have. I've actually been stealing these and stealing them from here, not from stores. Let me just clarify. No stealing. But I've been stealing these from my stash to use as chip clips because I just don't use these that often. But these are great for like holding projects together and stuff. So that's why I keep them in here. And also they're fun to decorate. If you've never decorated a wooden clothespin, it's like a very inexpensive craft to do, but then you have like these really cute clothespins and you could give them to people as like chip clips, you know, just throwing ideas out there. Anyways, so these are my paper clips. These are going to be my plain paper clips. So things that are not altered. I do have some like fun ones, like that one is an apple. I have a, let's see, we'll get a little closer here. There's a flower that is like a swirly. There's all kinds of gold. So I have these mostly to make altered paper clips. Whenever you're junk journaling, I feel like you need a lot of paper clips just so that way, you know, if you have things you want to attach to your journal or stuff in your journal without actually adhering them to the page, the paper clip is the best way to go. So, usually, you know, journals do come with a lot of paper clips because they're holding things together in case you want to take things out or add things yourself. So I have a ton of paper clips for that reason. I have these giant paper clips. These are really good to make spine danglies out of for junk journaling. They're nice and sturdy. They're thick enough to where they could fit on the spine of a journal. So primarily that's why I have these guys. And you can add like, you know, you could add a lot of ribbon to one, ribbon and some charms, really just go wild with it. So there's that. This guy, because there are some sharp pokies in here, has all of my safety pins, bulb pins, which are these, or I think they're also called gourd pins because they kind of look like one. I would call them a light bulb pen, but you know, that's not what they're called. So, I have some decorative ones. Like, look at that. Pretty cool. I do like skulls. I'm one of those people where I like spooky cute. I don't really watch like scary movies or anything because I just honestly am a huge scaredy cat and I don't like feeling scared. So I like spooky things, but things that are cute, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. Right, I don't know. Okay, moving on. This is book corners. So these you put on the corner of a junk journal and you fold it over in the inside, and it kind of gives you a sturdy corner for your journal. So that's what those are. These are small, I think these are called bulldog clips, but they're little ones. And these are also good for spine danglies as well, especially because of the holes right here. So that's why I have those. And then these cute little containers are rubber bands. And isn't that container? I just love suns and moons, and I'm obsessed. This is by Marcel Sherman Company. I don't know. And then this one is tacks and push pins. So I have those. These are also just a different form of some paper clips. They're like brassy gold, and they're circles. And then these I honestly got, and I don't know what they do. So clamp clip refills. So if you know what these do, let me know. I probably need a tool for them, but I have them. Okay, it's drawer number 2 done. So this is drawer number 3. Drawer number 3 is mostly my tools. So I have, you know, like my hot glue gun here. Yes, I know it looks like a kindergarten hot glue gun. Probably was at one point, but it's alive and kicking, and it still works. So we go with it. And then I have my decorative edge scissors right here. I'm sure y'all have seen those in your childhood at one point or another. But they just have fun little decorative edges. So, and then I also have some jewelry tools like needle nose pliers, wire cutters. These are hole punchers, singular hole punchers. I also have my little stash of, what are these called? Staplers. I have this vintage swing line, which I really like. It's a standard size staple, but it's just really cute and blue. And, you know, it's vintage. And then my grasshopper stapler, which is amazing. And this little guy takes those really tiny staples, like the Tim Holtz staples. But, I mean, it's made out of wood. Look at that. So fabulous. So, and then you got to have a handy-dandy staple remover. That's usually important. You saw me take this out. This is the Crocodile. I think it's just called Crocodile. Pretty sure. But, yes, the Crocodile. And then I have this is my really tiny stapler I've had forever, so I just keep it around. It's always nice to have backups. In case you can't tell, I'm really prepared. I do have some staples of all sizes. These are going to be like my cutter blade refills. So for my paper trimmer, got a refill. This is for my little X-Acto, extra little bits. And then this is for my box cutter. So I have that. This is just stuck in there. It is a vintage Ed Hardy eraser, still in the package. This is something I probably just collect, but I mean, how could you pass that up? It's just so cool looking. Okay, and it's a butterfly, so that just stays there for now. These are acrylic blocks that you use cling stamps on. I have a few different sizes, including my one that has my logo on it, or the one that has my logo on it. And then my cute little box of cats playing has an extra mic in it. So I keep that as a backup, just in case. I probably should be using that, but I forgot. So there you go. Okay, drawer number 3 done. This is drawer number 4. And drawer number 4 is a lot, sorry, my hand. Drawer number 4 is literally nothing but adhesive. So I have, well, and this is matte gel. So this is mostly to make things matte. But I have my tape adhesives right here. I have my glue sticks right here. I have my liquid adhesives back here. And then I have like my glue dots, that kind of thing right there. And then this book is my glue book. So when I'm gluing something, I usually like to have it on something so I don't get my mat really dirty. So that's what this lovely book is. So I keep that in there. Okay, last drawer on the left. So this one holds bigger tools. So let me scoot this way here. Sorry for my hand. It's interesting doing it this way. So I have my regular Boss Stitch, just, standard hole punch. And then I have I got this, I think, from Michael's. This one's a 6-ring hole punch. I don't use it as much, but you never know, I guess, when you might need a smaller hole punch, so I keep it for now. Ooh, and it sounds like there's a lot of confetti in there, so I'll just set that back down before I spill it everywhere. And then I have my Crocodile Big Bite, which is this fabulous guy on top. That's actually my really cheap Dremel tool for when I feel like drilling a hole through something. If I'm making a dangly or something like that, it's nice to have. And then this is my book that I use to poke holes when I'm making my signatures for junk journals. Because if you own an owl, which is what you use to make the holes, it will poke right through your desk. So you got to have something underneath whatever you're poking through to make sure that your desk is protected. So that's what this book is. Okay, so we are at the end of the first row of drawers. We're gonna switch over to the second row here. We're doing pretty good on time. So this drawer is not super exciting. Take this out first. I usually keep, sometimes I'll put my laptop in here. And usually this thing isn't in here. And I have my fabulous mat. That's not my cat, but you know, I still love it. I love cats. So I love dogs too. I love all of them. I love all the pets. This guy I keep in here for extra cords. There's not really much in here right now. But these shouldn't be in here, but I'll tell you what's in here. These are all of my fabulous pens and markers and fine liners that I use for my journaling. Or not journaling, my planning. So mostly these are things that I will use in my planner. And it's nice because sometimes I want to just take my planner with me to bed and I'll kind of, you know, plan in bed, which I'll show y'all my little planner tote, I guess, that I use. And so this is nice because I can just, you know, grab it and then take it with me to the bedroom. So, cause you know, sometimes you just want to like lay in bed or like sit in bed and watch a little show and you can do your planner things. That's kind of why I have that in here. It's supposed to be transportable, I guess. Okay. End of that one. So my second drawer, I know I have so many pens. I'm definitely not hurting for pens, but they're kind of like candy, you know, once you have one, you just can't stop. Or Pringles, I think that's the Pringles slogan. But anyways, so these are all gel pens and more gel pens. Keep those in here. And then these are specifically Bic markers. These are actually really nice. I'd love to use these in my planner, but they do bleed through my planner, so I don't use those. And then I also have my Sharpies in here. So you'll see a few Sharpie colors. No, I don't need to, but it would be nice to have different Sharpie colors. Duly noted. Okay, and then these are just extra pens that I have that are all colored pens. So none of these have black ink. They all have whatever, I guess, color the barrel is ink. So I keep those in here as well. Sometimes if I'm looking for a certain color, I might pull one out, but I do also have colored pens in here. So these are just more like whenever pens. So yeah, that's my pen drawer. There would be more back there, but there's not. Let's move on. Okay, I have a problem. Hopefully you're still not watching this and you've moved on because you'd see I have a problem. But anyways, this is my marker drawer. It's not pens. Okay. So I have all of my colored pencils right here. And then I have more of my general markers here. So like, you know, things that aren't branded. I'm pretty sure this is from Michael's. I have, these are more nostalgic. Do y'all remember Mr. Sketch, the scented markers? I think I just got these to smell them because I used to have these as a kid. So that's just more nostalgia for me. I don't know if I would like use these out in the wild, but, and these actually do though. They make good like flip chart markers. So just throwing that out there, teachers. And then I do have these are, I call my artist markers, or more artisty markers. See, Ritza, that's a nice brand. And then I do have some Prismacolor markers. All of this stuff though is secondhand. Like I never went out and bought a yellow Prismacolor like from, you know, like a big box store. I've definitely taken on all of this as like thrifting. So just, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not made of money. I don't pay full price for a lot of things. A lot of these things I've accumulated over time. So if you're in a spot where you don't have as many things, that kind of thing, definitely, I know it's hard, but try not to compare yourself, because to be honest with you, I didn't pay full price for these things. I'm not made of money. And, you know, I've collected these things through years and years and years. So you'll get there. Trust me. Just don't get rid of your supplies if you're going to use them. That's a mistake I have made many a time, where I'm like, man, I wish I just would have hung on to that. So now I do. I keep everything. My husband hates it, but you know, that's fine. It's my room. Okay. So that's end of drawer number 3. So drawer number 4 is punches. I have tons and tons of punches. I would say if I'm picking out a few of my favorite punches, just so, you know, content. I love these. I don't know what brand these are. Does it say? Patent pending. Hang on. I'm looking for a brand name. I don't know what brand these are. Maybe this big one has it. Oh, Fiskars. Okay. Well, no joke. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Use your eyes. But the Fiskars, these type, it makes it so easy to punch out of paper versus like trying to press with all your might, like you're in a contest or something, you know, just to punch something. So I really like these. I love these. I don't know what you call these. Grip punches. I'm not sure. They're Fiskars. I don't know. Look up punches. I do like this heart right here. I love the little scalloped edge. That's one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, it is slightly boring, but it is the tag punch. This one's from Stampin' Up. And I just really like this punch. It punches really well. And then, you know, you get like little mini tags, which is super cute. Another one of my favorite punches, let's see, I'm looking for it. Okay, this one right here, this butterfly one is really neat because, so you see, that's the butterfly fully punched out. You can actually move this to where it moves, and you can have like a completely, you know, without any holes butterfly, one that just has some slight detail, and then one that's like fully detailed. I thought that was, it's like a 3-in-1 punch. It's actually really neat. So I really like this one. I guess another one right next to it is my ticket punch. I won't pull it out, but that one is also really fun. And then how could I forget? Dragonfly punch. I don't know who McGill is, but man, I love me a good dragonfly. So those are just some of my favorite punches. I'm sure there's more that I cannot see. But yes, this is the drawer of punches. Okay, last but not least, this is going to be more big tools. So this is actually for my planner. It is the Create 365, you know, my happy planner punch. It's the size of my happy planner. I use a classic, not the big one. And yeah, so that's in case I want to add something to my planner, like, I don't know, some words or something. So that's what that's for. Oh my gosh, look at my Crocs. I have Kirby, and then I have this little taco dog. that my husband got me, and I love it. So anyways, okay, getting off track here. We're getting there. We're almost there. So this is the cinch. It's by We Are Memory Keepers. This is actually a bookbinding tool. And it does coil binding. I think now they have one where they do like all sorts of binding. This one is, I think, now an older model. But it's really neat because you can punch the holes in your paper and your cover. And then you, like, it'll coil it for you, with the little things on the sides. So you can have like a coiled notebook and you can make it, I don't know, in like 10 minutes or something like that. So that's actually a really fun tool. This one was a pretty penny, I will say. But I'm glad to have it in my arsenal. I need to play with it more though. So there's that, duly noted. But that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful, beautiful day. And until next time, bye.